Okay, so this is how we're gonna rock this interview now. I had it on a stand. Phone's overheating, and I think that's the problem. I've been blaming IG this entire time, but I really think my phone just might be overheating. So, yeah. Huge apologies on that. That's on me. Episode 43 of Inside the Rapper Studio. We have Justice Gray on. We're gonna be wrapping up really soon. Um, Covering a lot of things in terms of the demo tape and what they do for the community and what they do for the music community nonetheless. A lot of great things are covered that you can hear outside the glitches. Once Justice Gray is back on, we are going to pick back up where we left off and wrap things up. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Look at him. So, go ahead and join that live essay, then we'll get things started. All right, can you hear me?
Yo, we back.
Is there a delay on my side?
Nah.
Ah, we work now. All right. Thank God. All right. So, once again, episode 43 of Inside the Rapper Studio, we have Justice Gray in the building.
Yes, sir.
Before we had to go on commercial break, we were discussing the 60 Minutes playlist and who started with the playlist and who really benefits from that playlist. And we discussed how like it was somewhat of a interpersonal sort of like project nonetheless, to have the artist be seen as something other than just like, oh, I make music or here's my music, you know. So with that interpersonal view of how to I guess present artists, do you feel as though that's the future of music or where we're headed right now?
I think it's the present. I think it's already here. I think I have an article that I pitched to the team last week, and it was like rappers are taking over media. Like you see Lil Wayne with this podcast, you see Vince Staples with his show and his Apple Music station. You see a bunch of names. Like even Talib Kweli doesn't rap anymore, but damn, like he got a podcast. So like rappers are in the media now. And outside of media, you just gotta like find different avenues. I think Action Bronson got a cooking show. It's like you gotta find different avenues to get out there. You can't just give people music, bro.
Do you feel as though that's the death of the musician in 2020?
I think that's a accumulation of like us having social media now. Because like you're accessible 24/7. So aside from you actually like making your own platform, like you're on a platform already. Like you're already on Twitter. Like if you're a good tweeter, you're a show right there. You don't need a camera. You don't need a crew filming you. Shit, that's a show right there. You could get your iPhone and start a vlog channel. Like it's too easy. It's too easy to only have music as your only content in 2020.
Absolutely. So the one thing I wanted to really discuss in terms of like, I guess people hopping into different medias, would you consider this the new renaissance movement of musicians nowadays, being as though music is so oversaturated and so oversold, we pretty much have to tap into different markets. So would you consider this a new renaissance era for hip hop?
I can't call it quite yet because there are a couple rappers and artists that are like early on the ball. I can't say that everybody's like taking advantage of like IG and Twitter. Like even artists you see like going on IG live, like Ari Lennox was going viral on Twitter for like every single week for the IG live. Like SZA is constantly on IG live. Like the Stallion is constantly on IG live. So it's like they're taking advantage of these social media platforms and using it to their advantage. You know, I wouldn't really say a renaissance yet, but I think I appreciate a lot of rappers like giving us that holistic view of them and like letting us in their personal lives. They don't have to. Like I know celebrities just like a overwhelming thing sometimes. Like I was watching Last Dance. Like Michael Jordan was like going hooping in games and going to the hotel. Like he couldn't do anything else because his celebrity was so big. So like I appreciate them just letting us in their personal lives. They don't have to.
Right. So the one thing I really wanted to cover during this interview, granted, I had like a very like not necessarily small amount of time, but I usually do like a whole 45 to an hour thing.
Yeah, because we could talk forever, bro.
We are most of the times when we link up, we already do. So it's just that it's on IG Live now. That's all. That's literally the only difference. So I wanted to talk to you about the art of conversation, especially as a journalist.
Hmm.
Um, I have to be completely honest here, and this is full disclosure and like vulnerability. I feel as though without Justice Gray interviewing me from time to time and talking to me about like certain things, especially when it comes to journalism, in that one interview we had back at Strawhead back in the day,
I
like,
just got the audio for that. It's like I think it's my old phone. I still got it.
and pretty much just having that idea of how interviews are done, all that came from you. So there's
Appreciate
legitimately,
that,
I
bro.
guess, the execution per se of Inside the Rapper Studio that probably wouldn't happen without
Shit,
like Justice Gray.
I
So
appreciate that.
huge thanks to you, and huge thanks to like how you guys carry yourselves as journalists. So I wanted to talk to you about, from your perspective, the art of conversation and how it implies within interviews.
Um, I think not even just me, but I think us as a team, we agree that the best interviews or conversations, they're not just me sitting at home, writing down 10 questions, going the interview with this person and going like one, two, three, four. Like the best interviews are to write out your first question, you ask the first question, and then you throw out the other 9 questions you got, and you just play as a conversation. Because at the end of the day, it's just me talking to you. Like we're two human beings. Like I don't have to treat you like a robot. I'm not a robot. Like let's have a conversation, and like we can hit our points. Like like you got a mixtape, we gotta talk about that. You're doing community activism, we gotta talk about that. Whatever else in your personal life, but it should play out as a conversation. It shouldn't read as like a script, like you going 1 through 10. No interview should go like that.
I feel as though like I give a lot of credit to like my production notes when I write notes for the interviews and stuff. I kind of accredit it to that, like what you pretty much did. It's like,
Yeah, like you still got your benchmarks. Like you can't just have a conversation about like, yo, what did you do today? Or I sat in the house and worked on so and so. Okay, cool. Like you gotta hit your benchmarks and like give people information, but don't let it play out like a script and like read just 1 through 10 questions. Like, that's boring.
that is very true. I feel like one of those interviews that I get when it's just like a list of questions. It feels like a job interview whenever I get something.
Yeah, like you're interrogating me.
Yeah, it's a little too FBI-ish in my opinion. And like I feel as though the natural conversation is really the key of a great interview. So was you accredited that to your interview skills?
I think it's repetition. I think everything is repetition. Like from interview skills to graphic design to photography to video work. Like I could take the best notes in the world, go out there and execute, but I won't get it right the first time. I won't get it right the fifth time. I won't get it right the 10th time. But damn, I'm probably going better the 10th time than I was the first time. If I just keep doing it and I keep learning, I'm like, okay, cool. Like this is what I did good the first time. This is what I didn't do good. Okay, we're gonna take those notes and go to the second one. Take those notes, go to the third one. Like you should be getting better with every single one. So that's a repetition for me. I went to school for this, but man, the first one wasn't as good as the 40th one. Like you got to keep at it. That's for everything. You're making music. If you're a painter, if you do anything, like it's repetition for it. You're never gonna get it perfect on the first try.
Absolutely. That is definitely. Once again, episode 43 of Inside the Rapper Studio. Your host, Scores Swayze, and of course, wonderful guest, Steve of the Demo Tape, Justice Gray. Once again, thank you very much for answering these hard hitting questions and taking time out of your day.
Man, thank you to you. You are more consistent than I have ever been in my 5 year career. I have never
Say that. Don't you say that.
I've never been this consistent with anything. I'll like go on a hot streak for like 3 months and then poof, you might not hear from me for like the rest of the summer for I'm out here wilding out. But you like to actually clear your schedule. Like you had at 5 o'clock first, you had at 6, then you had at 8 to clear your evening every single weeknight, Monday through Friday, for the past 7 weeks now. That's
Nah,
dedication. That's dedication and persistence. Because a lot of people aren't willing to put that much work in.
I do appreciate that, Just. I really do. I have to work on accepting compliments. Uh, but like, I feel as though me personally, it really just comes from me not doing anything at all in this. Everything is shut down. I don't have a job. I'm usually dedicating 8 hours at night to being behind the stove. I don't have, so I feel as though what I can do is get to know the people that's in the music industry, in the music scene that's around me. So that's kind of really just the inspiration of doing Inside the Rapper Studio Monday through Friday, because chances are Sunday through Thursday every night I was probably going to be behind the goddamn stove cooking things, and I never was. So I'd much rather do something I want to do with the time that we do have, because chances are we're not going to do this type of time ever again.
I hope not. I hope the whole world don't shut down ever again.
I mean, I feel like we're already down.
And then Hogan opened this shit up on Friday. So we'll see how that goes. I hope my job don't call me, bro.
Yo, I'm dreading that email. I am dreading that. Once I get that, hey, we're gonna have a conversation.
They might not get a call back from me, bro. I might not answer the phone.
I might not. I'm willing to ride this out until like August 31st, as they explain. So bring the ruckus. I don't care.
I'm gonna show up when I'm ready. Like, yo, my number changed. I ain't even get no phone call from y'all.
Yeah, that's. Wait, actually, my number did change in the midst of all this, so that's actually.
There you go. Ride the show.
I'm already at a time.
Get your unemployment money. They owe you that. Reparations, bro.
I'm due that. That's how I treat my UI. I treat it like reparations. It's money that's due to me.
This was old to me. I should have had this in the first place.
But yeah, but that's another conversation. Of course, the wonderful guest of Inside the Rapper Studio, episode 43, Justice Gray. Justice Gray, do you have any last words, any last promotions, and any last propaganda for the people?
We released with everything going on in the world right now. We released a statement today because I don't believe in statements with no action behind them. Like, I hate the whole black backdrop, white words. We stand in solidarity. Okay, what are you really out here doing? So we took days off. We were out here, like, we went and protested. We went and handed out orders, handed out snacks. We donated to organizations that we found, that really touched our hearts. And so we put out a statement today, like, hey, like, go on our Instagram. We found 11 organizations that we donated to and contributed to. So please go donate to those organizations. Please go support those bail funds. We also started 2 campaigns today. We started Home Team First, which is our newsletter. It's going to be starting July 1st of next month. And we're going to be like amplifying like black music, black news, black entertainment, black technology in Baltimore. And then we also started our long day. Greenwood Project. Where we're going to I probably got the name wrong too. I was up late last night doing this. But we're going to be spotlighting black businesses in Baltimore. So where you can get your clothes from, where you can get your food from, where you can get your graphic design work from, studios you can go to, just to circulate that black dollar and keep that shit, in the community. So if you have a black-owned business or know someone with a black-owned business, please email me, tag me in it, text me, do all that. I need that.
Absolutely. Huge shouts out to Justice Gray. Huge shouts out to Dream Tape for all the work that they do within the community, not just behind the boards of music, but behind the scenes of the people. And at a time like this, where as though there's a lot of strife, there's a lot of struggle, there's a lot of straight up pain, suffering, and just pain overall.
We need each other, bro. We all we got.
That's CMB, baby. We all we got. CMB. Of course, I don't want to quote a fucking fictitious drug dealer, but that's literally just like what.
It'd be like that.
It really be like that. CMB, we legitimately all we have, and that type of unity is very necessary at times like this. I have to be completely honest. I don't do this. I've been editorializing all fucking week on this show. I feel like I'm gonna keep going the whole editorial thing. Quite frankly, this is not the time for it. It's not the time to bring up any type of like differences of like what's going on in fighting in Central. This is legitimately not the time to fucking fight.
The country is on fire, bro. Like, literally.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
please don't let your grandkids pull you up 40 years from now and they learn about this in class and they ask you where you were and you're going to say you were debating somebody on Twitter over some little petty the grandkid. Come on, yo. Don't be that guy. Do
Don't be
something. It's not the time.
time and place, yo. Time and place. But
Grandkid gonna ask you where you at. You was on Twitter. Nah, bro.
nah.
Do something.
But yeah, like just overall, the message that I want to tell the people is that like if you have anybody that you usually wouldn't talk to that's black or that's within a certain subset of black people, such as like LGBT women, black people that like understand that are spiritual, black Muslims, black Jews, black Christians, like European black people, African black people, Asian black people, any form of like black, any form of like straight up diaspora, you have to like don't force a conversation, but just shout them out, check up on them, see how things are. Because the first thing that we need to do is just unify, mobilize. That's all we
Black
need.
lives don't matter until all lives matter. That includes children. That includes women. That includes the LGBTQ community. Black lives don't matter until all of them do. So make sure your Black Lives Matter music, Black Lives Matter movement includes all black people,
Absolutely.
not
Well,
just the ones who like you. The Black Lives Matter movement is not black heterosexual men. It's more than that.
but yeah, of course, episode 43 of Inside the Rapper Studio. Once again, thank you very much for joining me, Justice, and thank you for everyone that came in, showed love, whether it's 1 second, 1 minute, or all three parts, apparently, because of IG. Huge shouts out to Demo Tape for doing all that they can within the community and really helping out and really making sure that things get settled and really doing their part within the liberation of our people. So, from your host, Tor Sweezy, and our wonderful guest for episode 43, Justice Gray, this has been another episode of Inside the Rapper Studio. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for
Thank
watching.
you,
And
bro.
as always, wash your hands, stay in the house. All right. Thanks, Justice.
Thank you.